What is going on? It's Nate. We got another Truck Talk video. Today I'm going to start this one off a little differently. I kind of want to be a little bit less of me talking at you guys. I want you guys to really think as you watch this, alright? So, I'm going to start with this question. Why are you not living the life that you want to live? Right? So take a second and think about what life would you want to live. If you could live any life you want to live, what life would it be? Pause the video and think about it. If you could live any life you want to live, what life would it be? You can live anywhere. You could do anything. You can earn any amount of money. You can travel anywhere you want to go. You can have any cars you want, any houses you want. You can have as many kids as you want. You can have whatever wife you want, right? If I told you you can live any life you wanted, what image would come to your mind, right? So that's what I need you to build. So pause the video if you don't already know. And just build an image in your mind of, you know, if anything was possible, what would you want? Alright, so now that you have the image of what you want, and this is a question, like a serious, genuine question, why aren't you living that life? Why aren't you living the life you want to live? And so many people go through life thinking that they can't. I can't live that life. Okay, well then let me ask you something. Why? There's people that live their dream. There's people that live the life that you want to live. Why can't you? Why can't you? Right? You see those people on social media, you're like, man, what I would do to, you know, to have that much money, or to be able to travel like they travel, or have the house they have, or have the cars they have, or whatever. I just wish I could do that. Why can't you? Why can't you? Because let me tell you something. The only reason you're going to have is because of your current circumstance, or a circumstance that you're in, or a situation that you're in, or a way you think about yourself. But let me tell you, if you are living by your circumstance, if you are living by what's around you, then you can't expect anything to ever change. You can't expect anything to rotate in your life if you're only living by the circumstance. Right? So if there's someone that can live the life that you want to live, do you think they always live that life? No, I'm sure, yeah. Sometimes, yeah, maybe they were born into that life, whatever. But in most cases, the people who, you know, the from nothing to something type of people, right? How did they do it? Were they given some special powers that you weren't given? Right? What separates them from you? What makes you unable to live the life you want to live? What makes you have to work a job you don't want to work? What makes you have to live in a house you don't like? What makes you have to drive a car you don't want to drive? What makes you not be able to book that vacation because you're in debt? What makes you go into debt? What makes you do these things? No one's doing it to you. So what's causing it? I'll tell you exactly what's causing it. Your paradigm, your habits, the mental prison that you are living in, because you don't even realize you're in a mental prison. I did this for so long. I was stuck in this box of I'm a detailer. I detail cars. I live in the Central Valley. You know, I had just become basically stuck in my situation because I was like, well, yeah, that's just who I am. People would be like, oh, you really like to detail? Like, you know, that seems pretty hard and tiring. I'm like, oh yeah, I love it. It was just because I didn't know anything different. I told myself that was what I got. So guess what? When that's the situation, you're going to try to tell yourself you like it because it'll make it not as miserable. And so I was stuck in this box. I was stuck at the same income. And I was like, I know I can do so much more than this. Why can't I do this? Why can't I do more than this? I see the people on social media, you know, the kids that are my age buying Lamborghinis, buying the GT3 RS, but living in Miami in their penthouse, living this life, making money online, doing all these things, right? And you immediately, if you try to think of that, you're just like, I can't do that. But like, genuinely, what is different from you, different from them to you? What makes you different? Because let me tell you something. We all have access to the same power. All of their ideas that have gotten them to where they are coming from infinite intelligence, right? God. All of the knowledge is already here. Everything you need to get to where you want to go already exists. So you have the same access to that power, that intelligence, that wisdom, that knowledge, those ideas as they do. So what is making them be able to live the life they want to live and you aren't? Because they are creating it from within. Right? So now let's kind of explain how this works. So if you decide on something, right? Like let's try to do an example that you've experienced. Let's say you're in a sport, you're playing a sport. Actually, no, we'll do a different one. Okay, you're on a diet, or you decide I want to lose weight, right? So you make the decision, I'm losing weight, I'm losing this much weight by this day, this is what I'm going to do. And you figure out the end goal, and you lay out the plan, and you start taking action, right? And so, same with sports. If you're like, oh, I'm going to score 20 points this game, you're like, okay, well, how can I do that? I gotta be the first one down the court. I gotta be hustling. You have all these different ideas that correlate with the decision you made. So what makes you think that same situation, that same, I don't know how to explain it, the same occurrences, the same frequencies and things don't work when you're not making a decision about dieting? Maybe when you're making a decision about income, about the house you get, about the car you get, about the job you get, right? We have a phone. You have a phone. You can call me only if you have my frequency, if you have my number. But if you have a different frequency, a different number, and you're trying to call me, it doesn't work. And so you're always going to stay in the same spot. So what you have to do if you want to change, if you want to live the life that you want to live, because let me tell you, you can live any life. And so if people say they can't, if people say, oh, I don't like my job, well, it's your fault. Because your thoughts have brought you to where you are. And the only reason you would think that you're stuck in that situation is because of ignorance. Ignorance is the most painful thing in this world. Ignorance is what causes all of these problems. Because people are ignorant to what happens, why the world works the way it does. People think that you have to live a certain life because you were raised a certain way, you were born into a certain family, people did things a certain way. That's called ignorance. Because you can live any life you want to live. You can do anything you want to do. And if this makes you mad that I'm saying that, then you are ignorant. And I'm not trying to be mean here. I was ignorant a few months ago. I didn't think I could live any life I want to live. I thought it was just for other people. Right? It's always other people. Oh yeah, I wish I could do that. That's just for them. I wish I could make money online. Yeah, it's just, wasn't born into that ability. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. But we tell ourselves, oh yeah, it's just not for me. I just don't know how. I just don't have the money. I just don't have the time. I just don't have the, the mental capacity to take on anything else. We come up with all these excuses to make up for the reason as to why we're living a life we don't like. But let me tell you the truth, you can create any life you want to live. So if you're not living the life you want to live, you are the problem, and you have to start within. I decided, I said, look, I want to live a different life. And I looked around me, I said, well, look, I can't try to just change the exterior. I can't just paint the house. I got to change the inside. I got to change the engine in the car, right? Getting a new paint job on your car isn't going to make it go faster. It's not. But changing out the engine, changing out what's inside, that'll make a difference. That's what you have to do. And how do you change that engine? How do you change that central control system? Your mind. Because your body is unconsciously doing whatever your mind tells it. Your body doesn't think, your mind tells it what to do. Your fingers don't know what they're doing. Your mind tells them to do a certain thing. And so you have to understand that if you want to change and you want to grow and you want to become someone new and you want to achieve new things, you have to do it from within, so your body will unconsciously take you in that direction. So you have to pick. What do you want? And stop telling yourself you can't have it. Stop saying that you can't do this, you can't do that. You can do anything. You can live any life. Tell me what you want, I'll show you how to get it. I guarantee it. It works for me. It works for millions of other people. Why can't it work for you? You can live any life you want to live. Any life. Any life. If you want to be a billionaire, you can be a billionaire. You can. You just have to understand what comes with it, because there's no such thing as something for nothing. So if you want to be a billionaire, you have to understand you're going to have to dedicate your entire life to money. Is that what you want to do? So stop saying, you're putting yourself in a box by saying you can't do it. There's no reason you can't do it. Your mind has access. You have access through your mind to God. You have access to infinite intelligence. Every answer to any question you've ever had in your entire life is omnipresent. It's already here. It's around you. Everything, space is just infinite thoughts and ideas and energy floating around you. So if you want to do something, the idea or the way for you to get there already exists. It already exists. So now if you're like, oh, and so, if you can close your eyes and you can see it, you can see yourself doing whatever it is, that's already a place. So now how do you create that in the physical world? You hold that image in your mind. You hold it in your mind, and it will move into form. You can live any life you want to live. I used to restrict myself. I can't do this. I can't do that. It's just, this and that and this and that. It's just your mind. It's just your mind that's been programmed your whole life. So if you want to change, you want to grow, you have to understand, one, you can live any life you want to live. And if you're not going after what you truly want, then you're probably chasing somebody else's dream. You're probably living for somebody else. So you got to know exactly what you want when there's no limitations, because there aren't any limitations. So understand that understanding is how you create the life you want to live. Ignorance is what keeps you the same. Because when you understand the way the world works, when you understand the way the laws of this world work, you understand that you can live any life you want to live. You can do anything. You can achieve anything because of the power of your mind and your connection to God, the creator of everything. I grasped this power. I understood that I can live any life because of my mental faculties that connect me to infinite intelligence, literally infinite intelligence. And since then, my life's changed completely. Everything. I'm moving to a different city, the place I want to live my whole life. I've always wanted to live in Southern California, but I always told myself I can't. I can't do it this reason. I can't do it that reason. I can't do it this reason. I'm doing it. I wanted to make money online. I always said, oh, well, it's just, it's just fantasy land, too good to be true. No. Now I'm doing it. I wanted to trade for a living. Now I'm doing it. I wanted to help other people change their lives the way I changed mine. Now I'm doing it. I want to help other people make money and be financially free. I'm doing it. I'm doing everything I wanted to do. Why? Because I decided on what I wanted, and I held that frequency. I held that idea in my mind, and I didn't let anybody tell me otherwise. I went around and told people what I was doing. I didn't ask for their opinions. I didn't ask for their input. I told them what I'm doing. And guess what? Everyone adapts to it. Because, it's not as scary as you really think it'll be. But you truly can live any life you want to live. And so my question to you is, why not you? Why can't you be that guy? Why can't you be that person that's doing what you want to do? Why can't you achieve those things that you can see in your mind? If God's giving you the vision, if God's giving you the desire, why can't you do it? Why can't you achieve that? Why is he putting that on your mind if it's not for you? Why is he giving you these desires if they're not for you? Why is he setting you on this path and giving you this path you can go down if it's not for you? Because it is for you. But you have to have faith. You have to walk in faith. You have to understand that if you're changing, if you're taking a quantum leap like I'm telling you to take, you have to walk in faith. You can't see the bridge under you. You're just walking, hoping that there's a step under your foot. You don't know. I never know. Every time there is, I've never fallen. I've taken some tumbles. I've tripped a little bit. I've never fallen off the bridge. But guess what? I have to walk in faith. I have to walk into the unknown. That's what faith is. It's belief in the invisible. There was no proof that anything I wanted was going to work. There was no proof that I was going to make money online. There was no proof that I was going to be able to move away. There was no proof of anything. But guess what? I did it. I told everyone I'm doing this. I'm making money online. I'm moving away. I'm dropping out of school. I'm going to make $100,000 a month. I'm doing all these things. But guess what? It seems so illogical. It seems so crazy. People actually genuinely told me, I think you lost your mind. I had people tell me that. And you know what I told them? I said, no, I actually found my mind, right? Because most people don't know what their mind even is. Most people don't even know the power of their mind. But once you find your mind and you find that you can do anything and achieve anything, then you look like the one that lost your mind. Because guess what? Nobody else understands that. Understanding. You have to create an understanding of the laws of this world, of the way the world works. The world operates perfectly. So if you want to do anything and achieve anything, you have to work in order with it. You have to. So I'm going to end this here because I've just been yapping. But I want you to genuinely think about it. Why can't you achieve the life you want to live? Why can't you be that person? Why can't you be the main character? Why can't you live the life you want to live? Why can't you make millions of dollars? Why can't you help millions of people? Why can't you live in the house you want to live in? Why can't you drive the car you want to drive? Why can't you? Because every reason that's coming to your mind is because of your conditioning. It's not because of your capabilities. That little voice in your head, that's your conditioning, not your capacity. People only experience and use like 10% of what they are capable of, at the most. So you have to understand, even the people that are living the craziest lives, they're only using 10% of their potential. And you have the same potential as they do. So instead of making an excuse of why you can't, why this, why that, don't have the money, don't have the time, don't have, whatever it is, don't have the connections, don't have the friends, don't have the social media following, don't have the Webull account, whatever it is, whatever excuse is coming to your mind, understand that you are the one that's validating that. Because for every question, there's an answer. See, another reason you have to have understanding. Every question, there's an answer. If you're questioning, how can I do this? There's an answer to how you can do that. How can I make $100,000 a month? There's an answer to how you can make $100,000 a month. So how do you find the answer? You stay on that frequency. You hold the image on your mind, and the answer will come to you. I guarantee it. Without a doubt in my mind, it will come to you. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out of breath, but just genuinely think, why not you? Because that should make you mad, because you can. Why not you should show you that you are capable. You can achieve anything. You can live any life. You are the only one holding back you. Alright, that's enough. But seriously, understand you can live any life you want to live. The person that you look up to, they are the same as you. We're all the same. Everyone's the same. We all have the same beautiful mind. So you can choose how you use it. And if you use it positively, you can live any life you want to live. See you guys tomorrow.